So, I lied. I had a bit of food, but I am still tired. I felt a lot better. So I thought, well, there's still plenty of light left in the day. Well, not plenty, maybe an hour or two. So the rods are back out and we're catching carp again. No biggies, sort of middle to upper single figures. You know, was it just one double we've had, Aaron? Yeah. But it's good fun and we're enjoying it. Otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. And it's nice, the rain's gone off again. It's actually quite a nice afternoon, evening. I am moving around a lot to try and keep awake. Keep my body moving. Because I think if I sit down, I'll be out. But yeah, we'll see if we can catch a few more just before bedtime. And I think, though we are here for 48 hours, it's not going to be a night fishing session for me for certain. I don't think it will be a night session for Mr. Everyday Angler Aaron. I think we'll just try and get a little bit of kip. And wake up bright and fresh with brand new ideas, hopefully, for tomorrow. What's he up to back there? Dodgy. That's mine, he's stealing that. Yeah, now he's going for a poo behind. That's what he's doing, he's going for a poo behind the pagoda in the bucket. Oh, no, maybe not. He's just getting very aggressive with stuff. I don't know what he's up to. Suspicious. I had to watch, I had to be careful with him, sleeping with him and here tonight. Here he comes. I saw you stealing that stuff.
What stuff?
Stealing and going for a poo in a bucket behind them. No?
You have to go somewhere.
You do have to go somewhere. Aaron actually already has a massive dump today and we're steering clear of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the danger zone.
it's a danger zone to all things. Yeah, he just dropped it into the lake. Bit of ground bait. That's what buckets are for when you're 24-hour fishing. Emergency toilets. Glance. Big eyes it's got.
It's got big eyes.
Massive eyes and a massive mouth.
Put an orange in it.
Oh yeah, how about that after a day's fishing? The old AP wine.
Oh, hello. It's a chair.
It's not the chair.
I'm absolutely shattered. It's now been, I don't even know how long it's been. Since 6 o'clock, or 6:30 I think, yesterday morning I got up.
Yep,
And
more or less the same.
That's
What time is it now?
9ish.
9ish. We haven't slept. That's hardcore carping.
9 at night the following day, that
The
is.
night the following day, yeah. That's hardcore carping, that is. None of this fair weather stuff for us. They say we've had no fair weather.
None of these 30 and 40 pounders either. Oh no. No, we stick to them. We stick to them pasties.
Proper carpers go for the tiny fish, yeah. Definitely. The tiny ghost looking fish. Well, so introduce yourself.
I am Aaron Chuck, an everyday angler.
He is every day.
Sound like I was drunk then. And everyday angler.
Yes, I'm the passionate piscator Steve, and we have been fishing together for 3 hours. No, it's over. Well, I don't know. We've known each other for over 30 years. I don't even know how long we've been fishing for together. To be honest, seems like an eternity.
It's got to be high 20s, I would have thought.
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? Got to be. So
We'll be starting off at
we are the dream team.
the Ashmore Lakes, which is Stephen's family ponds, or
Cheers.
lakes, and it grew from there, from Rudd.
And we did grow.
Oh yeah,
That's why we're on Fatboys today.
yeah,
It seems apt.
aptly named.
Yes, and also there was quite a lot of fish here. So we didn't want to not catch anything. We knew the weather forecast was going to be horrendous.
And it wasn't.
And it was.
It didn't disappoint. Winds of, well, God knows what, but they were high enough to nearly destroy 3 bivvies.
It took your hat off at one
My
point.
hat's flown off 3 or 4 times, and I've been chasing it down the bank.
Even took your rig across the other side of the lake when you cast it out.
I didn't even cast it very hard, and I was over the other bank and down the slope.
I had to go and rescue it from the brambles. Brave soul that I am.
Yeah.
That's the end of that one. We're at Angler's Paradise.
We are.
On the Fatboys Day Ticket Lake for 2 days in the pouring rain and the 41 km/h winds.
Yes.
Enjoying every set. Well, actually, we are enjoying it a lot.
It's been good.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
Tricky, but good.
I don't know what it is with this place, but it just always brings cheer, no matter how dreadful the appalling the weather is.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I would rather be about a mile up the road on the main complex, but...
This was going to be my question. If you weren't on Fatboys today, catching lots of lovely, sort of ghostly coloured
white
carp because of the
white carp,
the tannin of the water here, what lake would you be fishing on? In the entire complex. Imagine you're on holiday for a week at Angler's Paradise, one of our favourite places to ever go.
I don't think
ever.
I know that is one of.
I mean, Ashmore Lake, blah, blah, blah. That's a cheap way out, but it is the number one venue we love to come to because of the fish and the people.
Yeah.
And
you won't get. There is nowhere else like this.
You just got to throw yourself into it, and you're part of it forever.
Yeah.
You never leave. You never leave.
You never want to leave.
No, you never want to leave. No, that's right. You always come back for more. Yeah. So, which lake would you ideally have fished today?
In this weather.
In this horrible wet weather, because otherwise our answer would both be the same.
Yeah.
Which would be
the Koi Lake.
Koi Lake. Yeah, Koi Lake's the best lake here, hands down. I don't care what anyone else says. Most amazing fish you will ever catch.
Yeah, they're incredible fish.
I mean, you can catch koi carp in some venues, but
I don't know
near
another
certainty.
A lake is actually just koi.
Yeah,
well, and grasses.
Yeah, there's some nice grasses in there. I'm sure there's some other hidden specials in there, especially like the barbel today out of here.
Yes.
No idea there were barbel in here, and there was one on the end of the line. Yeah, that's a fantastic lake. It's just when the sun pitches into that little hollow, and
it doesn't even need to be that warm. We fished it in fairly cold weather and still had them off the surface.
We like to go off the surface. So
always surface fish.
So we can pick out the colours we want.
Yeah, and you just literally walk around the edge, find a patch of lilies.
We're fancy lads, that's why. Few doggies, bit of bread on the hook, wafting, bit of bread. Just
waft.
Lovely. But in this horrible weather, I mean, liquidy, sunshiny weather, what would you have chosen otherwise?
It was very tricky because I was thinking float lake, but I fish on float lake, strangely enough, most of the time with a float. And this weather is not really float fishing weather.
No,
it's also
wind
not
today
really feeder
put
fishing weather.
Would have made float fishing hard. You could have.
The only kind of fishing really that you could really do in this kind of weather is the kind of fishing we've done.
Yeah,
on lance.
I think the feeder fishing would have been tricky.
Yeah, feeder fishing, the rod tip would have just been going like this the whole time. The float would have buggered
It was hard enough to cast today with carp rods and the feeder catching that same spot every time.
I probably would have just gone on easy access.
Yeah.
I've never fished the main. So,
I've fished the main, but the main is hard sometimes, and I think today it would have been super hard. Plus walking up down Cardiac Hill.
I reckon even
3 trips would have to have done.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I couldn't have done that.
No, sorry, not for anyone.
Yeah, maybe easy access, just because I could have possibly sat in a pagoda as well.
Yeah.
And had 2 rods out.
Quite open there with the wind.
That's why I've been in a pagoda. If I couldn't have gotten a pagoda, I would have had to use a shelter.
I mean, you could say like beginner's carp.
Yeah.
Because you want to catch.
If you want.
The worst thing in the rain, I find, with angling, if you're sitting there catching nothing in the rain, you start contemplating why you're there at all.
Yeah. Or maybe mystery.
But then there's no difference to the carp in here.
No, because mystery's quite open now as well, isn't it? You used to have the trees.
Yeah,
but that you would be well in the open there.
It's all quite open, really.
Yeah.
It's pretty much done for forever.
Yeah, I'd say either easy access or easy access, really.
Fair enough,
easy access would do me, I think, for this kind of weather. What about you?
Oh, I love my float fishing, as mentioned earlier.
So it should be float lake.
Probably, yeah, probably.
I'd love the float lake.
Mostly because you never know what you never know what you're going to get out of any lakes. At,
I think float lake is one of my favourite lakes.
Catching for goldfish and koi and
I couldn't even tell you the amount of different fish I've had out of float lake.
Or chub I've had out of float lake.
Yeah.
They're not only gudgeon, but
no.
To be continued.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I've had gudgeon out of. I've only had gudgeon out of mystery, I think.
I got out of mystery and silver rose.
I can't remember if I had one out of silver rose.
I had a barbel out of silver rose.
Don't think I had a barbel out of silver rose.
I had a barbel out of.
Mind you, I only fished silver rose twice that wasn't lure fishing. And the first time I caught a fair few, including I think my PB blew off.
Haw haw.
And then the second time when we fished it. When did we fish it? Why did we fish it? Oh, we was here on holiday, and we went up there, didn't we, for half a day?
Yeah.
And caught. I caught a koi, a random koi.
Oh yeah. I caught on perch.
Yeah.
It was a bad day.
It was a bad.
It was a bad day. It was a bad day's fishing.
It was. I don't think the weather was very good. If I remember,
it wasn't kind to us. It was
wet,
very cold. Yeah, unbelievably cold. How do you think your day's been today in this cold, horrible, dreary weather, catching these carps?
Considering the weather,
yeah,
pretty good.
Like you hit it straight off, didn't you? You were catching carp right from the beginning.
I think the solid bag can hardly have melted when I got the first run. It must have been 2 minutes. I think I put one rod out and I was walking back to get the second one, and it went. Yes, it was about £2.
Yes. That doesn't matter. A fish is a fish.
Yeah, and many of them were a rough. I think they probably averaged at what, 4 or 5 pounds.
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
Lots of that sort of size, and then we've had a couple, or probably 3 or 4, over 8, and then one.
You had your 15.
15.
Yeah, that's a good double.
But yeah, I can't complain.
But it took me a long time before I actually caught a fish.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think I just had the wrong technique. I had my smelly catfish baits on. And we're on a carp lake. I think that's probably what I did it, to be honest. And when I suddenly was like, hang on a minute, this isn't working, I need to rethink this. And I just kind of thought, well, the water's really cloudy. In fact, you sink the fish into the water about an inch and it's completely disappeared. Yeah. You can't see anything, it's so cloudy.
Surface fishing.
So the fish have to be using smell and like sound. They must be hearing things. So I've been firing pellets quite high to make them scatter on the top. Yeah. And it does seem to bring the fish in, and I've been putting really stinky old, well, not for my catfish bait isn't stinky, but I think it might be a bit
too stinky.
Yeah, it's a bit off.
Yeah,
shall we say? We've got another day. Anything you're going to be doing different tomorrow?
Yeah, sheltering you.
Absolutely, I'm exactly the same. We'll be staying here and keeping out the rain.
Today the weather forecast was supposed to be fairly wet most of the day, not all day, and wind of what was it, up to 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, we're at 40 something around.
So tomorrow it's a 95
gust of way more than that.
Yeah, 95% rain plus all day.
It's just more.
So it's basically it's not going to stop tomorrow.
No.
And the wind is what, 50 plus. So wind, a lot more wind than today and a lot more rain than today. And today was pretty flipping bad. So I may be recording quite a few things in here.
Yes, or from our home when we just decide halfway through a day just to leave it.
I personally think I would, but I reckon it would be too wet to leave tomorrow.
So what we wanted to do was move to maybe a different lake tomorrow, maybe try to get some different fish. But I think
we can't get out of here.
No, this is too
home now.
This is too nice to be in and too convenient. So it's going to be more carp, more of the same.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do really differently to try and catch a bigger one. Maybe double up.
It's going to be very difficult to do anything differently with the rain.
Yeah, and the wind, yeah.
Because I'd like to put some more bait out towards
I'd like
the
to
islands.
some more PBAs on, but by the time you put them on and cast them,
I'm going to make some ball bags up, I think, tomorrow morning, and I'll put, because that was by far the quickest way of me getting a bite today. If I put singles out like I did for the last 2 hours, even though you were doing exactly the same thing.
doing the same, yeah.
On my side, for some reason, not a sniff. If I put a solid PVA bag on, it's gone in seconds. Every single time. It's just I've had a blinding headache most of the days. I couldn't really be bothered to keep tying them up, so it was more laziness than anything.
Yeah. So we look out, it's raining, can't be bothered.
Yeah,
just chuck them out and hope for the best.
We'll just wait. But, sometimes we're waiting hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might try more PVA bag fishing, more bait, and I think I'm just going to have to somehow stick to the margins, which is going to be difficult with this side rod because the margin is here.
Yeah, well, my margin was I could, walk it and just drop it down.
Yeah, well, the same with
Yes.
my left-hand side one.
Yep.
Unless it's always iffy when you walk your left-hand side one far down and then this side the same direction, because you could end up causing all kinds of problems. So I think I'm going to concentrate more on my margin spot because it's easy to get to. I don't have to cast very far, and I don't have to cast at all, and I can get to it to bait. Whereas if I'm fishing to the island, I can't use my spod rod or spom rod because it's just not going to be worth it.
You cast every other side of the lake, anyone wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Without even trying.
Yeah,
The wind
so
just
I'm
took
not
it
gonna-
and it was gone.
Not going to bother.
No, it's just madness.
But
I think
yeah.
my main thing for tomorrow is, rather than eating my awful Tesco sausage rolls cold, I'm going to just try and put them on my little gas cooker and warm them up. Yum, 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 in my belly. Just see if they taste any better.
I will be warming one
I think
of
that's
those
one of my
sausage
main-
rolls up.
One of my main things.
Maybe a pasty and definitely some sausages.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a lot to eat tomorrow because I won't be eating much. I'll probably eat something on the way home on Monday, Saturday. If
maybe.
We're open.
Maybe on Saturday things might be open for us to get a little snack or something from
Yeah.
breakfasty place.
So I've got 12 sausages to eat tomorrow.
I'm sure you can manage.
Yeah. I have 4 for breakfast, 4 for lunch, and 4 for dinner.
If not, I'm the king of eating breakfasts, as we well know from a trip to Barmouth.
Yes.
When I had a whole pack of sausages, what would I have? 12 eggs?
Something, a lot.
12
I
eggs,
can't remember.
whole
It
pack
was
of
a big
sausages,
plate.
tin of beans.
I think the plate was the kind of plate you'd serve a roast, a roast turkey on.
Yeah, when you get like Toby Carvery, and it's like
Yeah.
that was a slog to get through that. I didn't need to eat for 2 days. I know you're
I bet the
thinking.
toilet
Yeah, exactly.
completely disagreed with you.
I knew what he was thinking.
Right, I think we should wrap that
Yes,
up.
for this evening,
Get my bed chair out and
I
have a kip.
have been the passionate piscator.
And I have been me.
Oh, the one and
The
only.
everyday angler.
And every day.
And everyday. Oh, fucking hell.
It doesn't even. It's tired. We're
It's
knackered.
tiredness. Right.
We're coming up to like hour 40 of being awake. What are we doing with our lives?
And everyday angler.
Why do
That's who I am.
Why do we love fishing so much? We're mental.
And now I'm going to go to sleep. So good night.
Tomorrow, everyone. It's the morning after the night before, and we have risen. Well, partially arisen. For me was the most painful night of sleep, not sleep really, but sleep that I've ever had. It was so cold. I was getting like an hour's sleep and waking up just like in pain. I was so cold. Thank heavens for the pagoda, because I would not have survived in my shelter. But it was still absolutely freezing. I'm wearing every single item of clothing I own. Well, I've not owned, but I've bought with me. Got 4 layers on my legs, got 6 layers on my top, and I'm still absolutely freezing. Oh dear. It's got to be a cup of tea and coffee time. Try and gain some life. And see what to do about this lovely, wet, rainy day. Look at it. The wind's howling again. The rain is falling again. Must be absolutely mad. Oh. Must admit, woke up this morning and I felt like I had died. But I've had myself a nice cup of tea, 1 sugar. Nice bit of sugary tea brings everything back to normal again. It's blowing a gale out here again today, on day 2. It's hard to know what to do really. We've been looking out at the little pagoda this morning, contemplating our life choices. Word is that pretty much everybody else who's fishing the day ticket lakes here at Angler's Paradise have all gone home because the weather is due to be even worse than it is now. In fact, even some people from the holiday complex have just gone home because it's not going to get any better. I think our decision is Aaron's just have some breakfast. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning because I actually, and this is in all seriousness, I actually thought that I was going to die during the night because my core temperature just fell so much that my body was starting to shut down, and I was actually in some very serious pain. You have to remember, as I've been mentioning all the way along, I didn't actually have any bedding with me. I was going to bring a duvet, but when I realised I only had a shelter, I figured that actually my duvet is just going to get absolutely soaked. So I didn't bother, so I've just put all my clothes on I own. Well, I keep saying own. Or that I bought with me, and managed to warm up a little bit. I was walking around the lakes here last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, in the dark, trying to warm up my core temperature. I think as much as we'd love to continue today and catch loads more of those lovely little carp, I think whilst it's not, well, it's whilst the weather's not too bad, it's tipping it down and it's blowing a gale, but whilst it's, well, this is about as good as it's going to get, whilst it's as good as it's going to get, yeah, I think we're going to have to cancel our second day, sadly, on the Fatboys Lake and try and make our way home with relatively dry gear. I certainly can't do. That was literally a tree hitting me in the face. That's how windy it is. Get out of it. Yuck. That's thrown me off now. Yeah, we're gonna pack everything up and bid a sad farewell. But you know, we've learnt a lot. We've fished this lake for the first time. We've done very well. I've learnt a lot about the fish here in the water. I really wanted to get on here and do some surface fishing. I know that's very good on this lake. Another tree trying to get me. But the weather has not been kind to us as far as surface fishing is concerned. So what I'm doing is just having a little walk around the lake, trying to warm my body up a little bit. Now I'll start packing up and make my way back home. The 2-day fish-a-thon is cancelled, ladies and gentlemen. But I've had some lovely fish, those lovely pale mirrors and commons. Really, really enjoyed it. Not so much last night. That was really, really, really painful. But we'll be back again, of course we will. And maybe even with the everyday angler, Aaron Chuck, my fishing companion and friend. Well, if you can still hear me whilst I'm filming this, I have been the passionate piscator here at my second home of Angler's Paradise. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Make all this worth it for make all this worth it for me. And I'll see you another time, hopefully, when it's a bit sunnier and less wet. Bye!